So we are moving on to sabotaging the target's reputation. Sabotaging the target's reputation and all that goes with it, such as ability to earn a living, business and personal relationships, is a very special operations category. Newer community-based agents will not be assigned to engineer the method, but will assist in passing rumors, which are the main means of destroying a target's public image. Rumors consist mainly of lies. However, in order to secure a cooperation of specific members of the community to participate in the punishment phase, additional information keyed to appeal to the patriotic or community service sense of such community members may be used as well. As mentioned earlier, the organization has many top psychologists and psychiatrists on permanent staff at headquarters and some in larger population centers. It is their responsibility to design the campaign to destroy the target's reputation. These people listed below can be approached and given information which will cause them to make the target's association with them uncomfortable or break off all contact with the target. So here's the list. I'm not going to read it by numbers, I'm just going to go down the list. Business contacts, supervisors, co-workers, casual social contacts such as clubs a target may be a member of, or a group that frequents a bar where the target is a patron. Friends. Local fraternal organizations. They are motivated by the public service and are an excellent source of assistance in keeping the target under surveillance and participating in the punishment phase as well. Store staffs at places the target shops. Target's landlord. Target's neighbors. Tradesmen who are likely to service the target's home, car or business. This has been my experience. A tradesman might come into your home and damage some of your property. This is what happened to me. A tradesman came into my home to fix something, came in to use my toilet and damaged my toilet chain on purpose, broke it, shattered it into pieces, and then pretended it broke on its own by the invisible man. Moving on. Bus drivers on the target's route. Local children. They'll incorporate local children into this as well. City employees, including emergency and medical technicians, ambulances, homeless shelter staff and residents where applicable. Family members. In brackets, surprisingly, many are ready to believe negative information. So the last one is, especially personnel at places the target applies for work. So you'll apply for a job, but you won't get it because they've hired the personnel to go against you. In other words. So last paragraph of this one. How intensely these sabotage operations are carried out is governed mainly by the need to prevent the target from learning that the negative rumors are being spread. The goal is to keep negative information covertly flowing into the community in such a way that those receiving the information aren't likely to tell the target. One might think that friends and family members would instantly notify the target and side with the target. Fortunately, experience shows that co-opting friends and family is surprisingly easy once they are informed about the target's criminal record. criminal record? The headquarters staff have developed techniques which by and large prevent that, but those techniques are beyond the scope of this manual. Suffice to say, it is possible to apply incentives which cause even people closest to the target to cooperate. These incentives are applied by specialists from our organization at higher than the local level. So not just your local CBA, your local brainwashed robotic slave. You have to go to a higher level in the organization for this to take place. For the community level CBA, that's the robotic community slave. This is the robotic slave that believes anything they hear and harasses their neighbors and things like that. This is those people, the brainless ones with a lack of brain cells. This is those ones. For the community level CBA, the work of sabotaging the reputation of the target takes the form of simply carrying out instructions, because they don't really have a brain of their own. They just carry out instructions given to them to destroy the lives of other people. To simply carrying out instructions from your control center as to what to say, to whom, how, and when. So they just follow instructions without asking any questions. They just go ahead and destroy somebody's life without asking anything at all. That's those ones. So we're moving on to number 6. Discrediting targets. While the powerful silent support of operations by the justice and psychiatric systems has been sufficient to prevent the target from informing the public, the area of discrediting targets is an ongoing activity. Like sabotaging the target's reputation, discrediting their public statements, websites, media appearances, letters to the editor, and the like are done under the supervision of psychologists and psychiatrists on their staff. If a community-based agent has a good track record of intelligently carrying out assignments and has access to a computer, the CBA may apply to the local control center for assignment to discredit work. Excellent communication skills are required. Some of the activities CBAs carry out under supervision are, let's go down the list. Monitoring message boards, WOGs, whatever that is. I don't know what that means. It just says WOGS, WOGs, and open media like indie media for target posts. There's some work going on outside. Okay, I'm not going to stop. So if you hear some noise, guys, that's somebody doing some work outside. Let me just shut the door. So this is normally done in special shifts under scheduling and control at a higher level than your local CC. I think that's control center. This monitoring is assigned by blog scanning software, which will detect and instantly flag posts relating to activities. The CBA doing this work will immediately reply with comments like, "Someone isn't taking their medication," or "Target name has provided absolutely no evidence." So this is basically discrediting the target. The CBA will then report the post to higher level supervisors for possibly more detailed responses. Monitoring newspapers in your area for letters to the editor regarding activities. Yeah. You can probably hear that sabotage outside. Let's move on. Monitoring newspapers in your area for letters to the editor regarding activities. Most editors And many reporters have been recruited and are willing to assist in keeping the important work of monitoring and neutralizing quiet, but once in a while, a letter to the editor will slip through. In this case, comments like "someone isn't taking their medication" are not an appropriate response. Transcribe and forward such a letter to the editor to the supervisor along with your proposed response. The supervisor may edit your response and will assist in ensuring your response is printed. Yeah, there's a lot of noise going on outside of me, guys. There's trying to stop me from recording, obviously, but I'm going to carry on. So if you hear that noise, just bear with me. Your supervisor will have staff monitoring upcoming talk show appearances by targets. While most talk show hosts, even those somewhat sympathetic to targets, have received discrediting information and often will not host targets, some targets do manage to get on air. In this case, your supervisor will assign you to call into the show and instruct you as to appropriate things to say, such as rebutting the target's claims, pretending to be a target calling in and making wacko statements such as UFOs are harassing me, or pulling the discussion away from real activities and to something like media mind control. So the last part of this section, agents who have excellent persuasive communication skills can be assigned, with careful coaching and preparation from supervisors, to pretend to be a target and get on talk shows known to air targets as the guest. These opportunities are great ways to discredit targets by talking about UFOs. Things like black helicopters following you, foil beanies, satellites parked just above your home, and perhaps events normally considered paranormal, like seeing things that appear and disappear. These discrediting topics must be a total surprise to the host, only mentioned after the show is in progress. CBA can casually describe the odd behavior exhibited by the target as a result of around-the-clock activities to the target's neighbors. In quotes, neighbors. The idea is to focus the neighbor's attention to the target's behavior, hinting that maybe the target is mentally ill. This is easy once the target has developed suspicion that everyone is out to get him or her. It is a special honor for CBAs to be chosen for target discreditation work. It is a special honor for CBAs, community-based agents, because I think it's like a promotion, they move up in the ranks, to be chosen for target discreditation work. So they find it honorable to discredit a so-called target or destroy somebody's life. That's an honorable thing for them. Just to put it in layman's terms. Until next time, Empowered Lioness, signing off, signing off, signing off, signing off, signing off, signing off.